Man, them ready when I test this boy, and girls come check this boy, and show who's next, this boy is unaware whose head is boiling. Man, them ready when I test this boy, and girls come check this boy, and show who's next, this boy is unaware whose head is boiling. Rainbow, those breasts need banging. Tie that rope, that head needs hanging. Draw for the shank, that chest needs yagging.
Hey everybody, welcome to the In the Open social show with JST. My name's Lauren Smith, and this week I am going to be catching up with Ella Wilkinson after that amazing 21.1 score that she recorded last week. We're also going to be chatting to Reggie Fasa. If you haven't seen his 21.2 scores, the first and the second one, sub 10-minute attempts, then you're missing out. We're going to catch you up. We're also catching up with Beth Layton, who's taking us for a day in her life as she attempts this week's Open. And of course, Tayla, Howe and Evander are going to be here as well. There is so much going on. We've even drafted in main man Stevie Fawcett to talk all about recovery as we head into the final round of the CrossFit Open. But first up, let's bring Tayla in for a quick chat to see how she's getting on. How is life in the Fawcett household? I've seen lots of pictures and videos coming out of there.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's all going well so far.
What are we doing? You're going up to
Have you managed to get your head around the throwing up ball game yet?
Yeah, we haven't played it since Saturday, but yeah, it was pretty good.
How was the Open this week?
Yeah, it was good. That workout's always been one which I've kind of wanted to retest because we've worked so hard on like low skill movements, like burpees and like dumbbells and stuff. So yeah, I was happy to see that workout, but I was also like very nervous as well.
It's almost worse, isn't it? Knowing that there is a score that you have to beat that you did 2 years ago and you should be better.
Yeah. I think that was maybe like my second Open. So I wasn't taking CrossFit seriously at all then. I was weightlifting, but that was the year prepping for the Commonwealth Games. So yeah, I wasn't fit at that point, but I knew it was a workout which like I would really want to retest. So yeah.
Did you live up to your own expectations?
Yeah, I did. I've had a 9-second penalty though on my score, so I'm a bit pissed off with that, but
I mean, it sounds like you're putting lots and lots of pressure on yourself. Do you see that across the guys you're training with? Like, is Reggie like this as well? Is everyone feeling the pressure?
I think we all see it in our own little way. I think Reggie's like it more in his own little way. I think he's the opposite to me. Like, he's always like on his phone and checking this and doing that. And like, I've not clicked on the leaderboard once while he's like the other night. When the scores went in, he was constantly checking it. Like, if I couldn't do that, we're different in that kind of way. But I mean, it's what works best for each individual, I guess. But
yeah, absolutely. Are you feeling good about the next round?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the Open itself is never good. So the way that the season's been run is fits better for me because I just need like the high skill and the more CrossFit stuff to come up. Like, I'm very, very happy with my performance on 21.2 because, like I say, like I had we're up there with one of the top scores on something I've been working on for so long. But like, it never really does go in my favour until like the high skill and like barbells and that start to come into it. Like, hopefully we'll see some rope climbs and stuff for quarterfinals, which would be just what I need.
So let's check in on another athlete who is absolutely smashing the Open this season. Ella Wilkinson did enough last week to top the UK leaderboard, and I'm pretty sure her 21.2 score isn't going to be far off either. I caught up with her earlier this week. Oh my god, it's the cutest!
He's a little minx, he keeps eating everything. He's definitely made lockdown a lot more entertaining.
Is it sunk in yet?
To be honest, it actually hasn't. Like, I was not expecting anything sort of, not necessarily out of the season, but I was just kind of, I had the intention of doing it just trying my best, giving every workout 100% and sort of like seeing the outcome really. But I feel like the past 2 workouts, the first one I was quite surprised because I was like, obviously wall walks was a new movement and it was something very different, but I was definitely like up for it. It did actually look like quite a fun workout, as unusual as it was. And yeah, it just went really well. And then obviously the second one, I was actually praying for 17.1. I literally said to my boss, like, the week before the Open, I was like, if there's going to be a dumbbell and burpees, I would rather it be 17.1 and be able to give it a really good go. So yeah, I couldn't really be happy with the movement.
It's amazing, because weren't you in a cast about a year ago?
Yeah, so I snapped my Achilles, fully ruptured it March last year. I was training with Steve and we were doing a workout, and I'm pretty sure I had like quite a high volume of just normal box jumps in it, 20-inch, and on like the second round I just heard this massive bang and I sort of felt myself kind of jolt a bit, and I knew there was something wrong but I didn't know what I'd done. And then he keeps crying at me, and then I realised I'm not sure, it felt like I'd pulled my calf, but it was a lot worse than that. So yeah, this time last year I was in bed with my leg raised in the air, unable to move for about 2 weeks before I could start kind of moving about in a boot a little bit, but I couldn't be happier to kind of be where I am now. Like, I did my rehab religiously and oh my goodness, and I'm literally yeah, I'm really happy. I'm gonna come here, stop crying.
Come too.
It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, you seem super relaxed about it, given, you know, the waves you were making, shall we say. Is that all just is it like the duck underwater?
To be honest, when I compete, I end up in such a tiz sometimes. Like, that's something I'm trying to work out as well, so like the mental side. I find that if I kind of try and take the pressure off myself and just see what happens, I actually perform better than if I kind of put a load of pressure on myself and have like a massive expectation. I kind of like to surprise myself and see what I can do.
That is Ella Wilkinson, 19 years old, an amazing athlete whom I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of.
When you actually found out where you landed, especially in that first workout, what was your initial reaction?
I was shocked. Like, I kind of, when I first saw the workout and I saw that volume of double unders, I had built up a few like prior to it, I had been doing double unders since my injury. When I saw that volume, I thought, like, I think more mentally it would have been more of a challenge. And then I'm not sure, I did it first time, did it in like 12 minutes 28 or something, and I really, really enjoyed the workout, so I thought that's something that I wouldn't mind repeating. So then did it again on the Monday and then got 12:08, so knocked about 20 seconds off. And I didn't expect it to be as like well ranked as it was. I didn't know what to expect because it was a new movement, but yeah, like it's definitely sort of motivated me and kind of given me more of a drive to keep pushing in the season, kind of no matter sort of like what workouts are thrown at me. Like, I'm definitely going to give it a good go.
What's amazing now is you've got this absolutely incredible platform to launch your CrossFit season from, even albeit a little bit unexpected. So what are the goals? Have you had to reevaluate them?
So I started working with Steve about around New Year last year, so like start of last year, and we sat down and we kind of talked about a plan, and obviously like the main goal is to qualify for the games. Whether that's sooner or later, I'm still gonna put the same work in and try my best. The dog is literally scratching at the door. But yeah, so I think regionals is definitely something I want to aim for, like 1,000,000%, whether that be this year, whether I try for it next year. That's definitely like the first sort of big hurdle that I want to kind of achieve. And then with the games, I think if I just keep working hard, keep trying, sorry, I'm just going to move it. Literally, it's driving me crazy today. No, I think the games is my main goal, and it's definitely something that I'm willing to really put the graft in for. I just think it's a matter of just working hard, seeing sort of like how I improve each year, and then hopefully be able to one day qualify and compete and be a good competitor out there, I hope.
So Ella Wilkinson's performance in the first 2 rounds of the Open are definitely something for this presenter to aspire to. But how are you guys getting on? And have you made this week's community montage? Keep an eye out and you just might see yourself. So Daniel Scott remains at the top of our JST Custom Leaderboard. Stephen Turnbull, another Sanctionals athlete, in second, and our man Jack Cornthwaite rounding out the top 3. But this was the epic effort from the not yet on our custom leaderboard, Reggie Fasa, that made the headlines this week.
Come on, Reggie! Keep bouncing! Keep bouncing!
First in the UK and 6th worldwide. We'll catch up with him a little later in the show. Congrats to Shawnee Perry, Marlon Henriksen and Chenoa Ingram for their efforts on this week's workout. But it does feel like we're missing a few of the JST girls on the leaderboard, so make sure that you are adding yourself by hashtagging JST Compete. Once again, Ella Wilkinson, not on our custom leaderboard, but who after 2 rounds remains top of the UK one and 57th worldwide in 21.2. That puts her 12th worldwide, and there's one workout to go. How are you? How's the week been? I've seen the Instagrams, but you must be pretty happy with your performance.
Yeah, I'm buzzing with that. Like, it felt, it's going to sound weird, but it felt easier than the first time because pace in the middle of it. Like, the first time I done it, I sent the first 2 rounds. And I was just like, I'll see if I could hold on. And my dumbbell speed just slowed down so much that it wasn't worth sending or putting the effort in the burpees, in the pace of the burpees, than it was to speed up the dumbbells, the snatches. So the plan was the second time was still send the first round, because I can't not send the first round, get ahead of the clock, and then keep the speed on top of the dumbbells, make sure they were nice and quick, but pace the burpees where I'm still going to go quick on them, but I was just stepping up to give myself that bit of discipline. I was going to bounce all over the shop, and then just send the last round, whatever I had left in the tank, and see what the goal was. I was saying to Steve, I've been giving it all weekend. I was like, sub 9's happening, mate. I'm going to show you sub 9.
But so you didn't make it. You didn't do it.
Bottle sub 9, but I give them my best effort. Like,
yeah, it was such a good attempt. What made you do it again? Because your first one was already up there in terms of, you know, particularly UK. If we're talking top 10%, you would have been comfortably in it. But you went again anyway.
It's good to practice the workout again. Like, you're always going to do, some qualifiers you're going to have to do again. So it's good practice for that. It's a good workout to blow your lungs out. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed like the bit of the hype what we created before it, and going through that routine where we're going to have to be dialed in for the quarterfinals, where the warm-ups are going to have to be on point. I came from where the last open I done, I didn't really have a warm-up to do because I just rushed in from work. Went like probably used the first round of the workout to warm me up and just hit it as hard as I could. Whereas now learning the morning routine, getting the right food in me at the right time, and then going up at the right time, chilling out, being in the right headspace, getting a good warm up in, and then just hit the workout when I was ready. So going through that routine is good practice for when we're going to be doing the quarterfinals in the next month.
Who's dropping in first year like I'm flat? I'm not listening.
What is it about this kind of awesome, slightly chaotic environment you're in at Steve's house that is like making it almost like the ideal place to train and to do these workouts?
Top of that garden, you should see the mold we're creating at the top of that garden. Something funny, like the climate change we're making in that little garage up there is mad. There's mold actually growing on the roof, man. That's how much we're sending it in there.
That's gross.
So that's what you want.
Have you managed to clean your eating up? Have you kept off the chockies?
Yeah, we're in. And the whole like this is like you've got a little dip something in as well.
Kept off the chockies, but I've substituted the chockies for these yogurts of what Steve's introduced me to, and they're not even funny. Like, they're unbelievable.
Okay,
like
so what are the yogurts? What's the secret to your success, Reggie?
I'll tell you these yogs, like, oh, hello.
Come on, Steve, come in. Well, all athletes eat.
I was dusting them 4 o'clock this morning. I'm probably like.
Go on, bring him in. This leads so well on to what I want to speak to him about.
Steve,
come in, Steve.
So I need to get sponsored by Kellogg's, and I need to get sponsored by Vimto. Like, that's the 2 sponsorships I'm going for.
Because they're so big in the CrossFit space, yeah? Love that Vimto sponsorship. Ah, there he is. See, what are you making of Reggie over the last couple of weeks? Is he living up to the hype?
Oh, let me get in a chair. Is he living up to the hype?
Yeah, is he living up to the hype? Your boy. All chilled and being very serious because he's on an interview, but we know that's not the real Reggie.
He's been. I think he's been showing up saying this because he's next to me now. But since obviously the last lockdown came 12 months ago, and he just knuckled down. Then I think it's shown from that point that. I mean, I think that people were seeing his hype in the off season with the weightlifting cycles that he was going through. And it turned a few heads, but cleaning 180 doesn't mean nothing if you can't send a 10-minute workout. So, yeah, just done so far so good. Nearly made him cry with some words today.
Oh, don't do
What words did you give him?
Hey?
What words were they?
Well, I was an emotional wreck after the workout, and our dolphins were flying. I couldn't sit straight. And then Steve came up to me. What did he say?
I said that was one of the most impressive things that I've seen.
And then I literally turned into an emotional wreck, and I cried my eyes out.
That's lush. That's so nice, though.
He doesn't chat shit, and he doesn't chat's cheap, and he'll only say it when he means it. So he doesn't blow smoke up your arse on a reg or give you these fucking false little bubble what loads of people bring upon themselves, and like. So when C says something like that, like, you take it on board, like, because you know you've done a job.
It's cute, isn't it?
There's just so much love. It's lovely. You guys. All right.
You know when you crop out a little Zoom video and you put it in like a love art. Shit.
I will. All right, Reggie, you're free to leave. Go do whatever it is you do to recover.
I am with all the birds on Tinder now.
Straight to the OnlyFans, is it?
Yeah, straight on.
Steve, come on. Recovery now for all of your athletes around the world who have got one more round left. How do you recover after that absolute back blowout kind of cardio destructive workout?
Yeah, I think for a lot of us normal people, and I'm including myself in that, like that was a spinal workout and it just rip you off quite a bit. But I think you find for the guys at their level, in terms of like, I always call it like a hangover that you'll have from that workout, it'd be quite minimal. Just because they're used to that load in like the spine flexing, and they're used to high rep dumbbell snatches and doing, you know, very high intensity 8 to 12 minute workout. So although it's more the kind of like adrenaline spike and the CNS spike that they'll need to recover from. So that comes more of like what they do after the workout today. And then we're going for a decent sized bike ride tomorrow morning just to keep things a little bit kind of chilled, and not getting back into the gym with pumping music and kind of getting that CNS going again. So give them a couple of days, give them till Wednesday, and they'll come round and they'll want to start lifting big and sending workouts again, no doubt.
Do you think we've seen a different kind of approach? Because it's only 3 weeks. Mentally, it's a lot easier to keep fresh and to attack each workout. Like, because normally you kind of get to this stage and you think, oh my God, I've still got 3 to go. Whereas we're on our last one already. It's quite a nice kind of refreshing change for athletes.
Yeah, big time. Athletes, coaches, I think, and everyone involved in it. I think 3 weeks is such a better length for the Open to be. Like I say, usually if it's 5 weeks, you're 2 down, you think, oh, I'm not even like halfway. But yeah, having to like got to that point and then you go, right, it's last week, next week. I think it's perfect timing, perfect like length of time, just to keep the excitement about it. And then you got a couple of weeks before then something else comes back round again. I just think it'll keep athletes kind of a bit more motivated towards the Open, because a lot of athletes dread the Open because of how long and stressful it is. And I feel like this is a nice little change to keep them a bit more involved in the Open.
And the other athlete that I think's kind of blown us all away over the last couple of weeks in Ella Wilkinson, she had an incredible 21.1. I just watched her 21.2, which she's put on Instagram. Equally as impressive. I mean, you've known about her for ages, but like, did you expect her to be as dominant?
I'll be honest, I've trained her quite a lot when the lockdown was lifted in a gym in Wigan. So, you know, I've seen her firsthand of what she's capable of doing, but she kind of has that next gear when it comes to like a qualifying or competition workout, which is really good to have for an athlete, because you can train hard and push hard in training. But when that workout means an extra bit of something, like you need to be able to dial in and give it that extra little bit that you can only really give for competition. And she's got that, and she's got the right mindset towards it. Like, she wants to compete rather than kind of dreading competing, which you often see among some athletes. So I think because she's so motivated and wants to compete so much, she can dial into like stepping up to the mark when, you know, workouts like this come along. But yeah, two great performances for all the guys, Reggie, Tayla and Ella so far. So yeah, looking forward to what happens on week 3.
Aren't we all? And where can everybody watch your preview show when it comes out? You and Jack doing your thing?
So we're going 9 a.m. live on Instagram, and then we hope to. We've had 2 weeks of little hiccups, but we hope to then get it out on YouTube by 11 a.m. I'm a slight technophobe, believe it or not, so it's took a bit longer than expected to send the file over in the last 2 weeks, but we hope 3rd week lucky, we'll get it right at 11 o'clock this time.
I can totally believe that you are a technophobe. Thank you so much, Steve. We'll catch you next week. So how about a little insight as to how JST athletes are tackling this time of the year? Well, Beth Layton took a camera along for her first attempt of 21.2, and this is how her day went.
I've just woke up and the Open workout was released last night, so Let's find out what it is.
CrossFit Games Open Workout 21.2 is a repeat of Open Workout 17.1.
Oh,
5 rounds
no.
of dumbbell snatches and burpee box jump overs for time.
Well, I'm going to be shit at that. I'm going to have protein pancakes for my second breakfast. Just get some extra carbs in, ready for 21.2. Do you want your breakfast? Some raspberries. Where's my hummus? And a protein shake. Right, it's just after 9 o'clock, so I'm going to go and get my second breakfast now. I'm having protein pancakes. I've just realised I haven't brought a knife and fork. I'm having some snacks now because I'm hungry again. Peri peri chicken and rice and broccoli from my meal prep. There's bird shit on it.
Stress levels of Beth. 9,000!
Because I'm just qualifying for the CrossFit Games, so this is really important. Why laughing? I think I should get like a towel and dry it a bit before I start.
There you go. You're gonna line all that dirt.
What was that? Oh shit. It's Evander's turn now. How do you feel? Cool. How was it?
Carson back.
How are you feeling?
Okay, but
Open your eyes.
sweat. Say goodnight.
Talking of the Laytons, we all know who their favourite training partner is, and he joins me right now. You've had a haircut.
You've done something with your hair?
No.
Oh.
How are you?
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
I had another shocker.
Is it just because the workouts aren't suiting you, or is it just like you're getting in your head?
No, that workout I should have absolutely smoked. But when I was doing them, like the people that were around me, like saying, "You're struggling, like you're breathing." I know my asthma's not the best at the moment, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
Honestly, I know it's like a non-excuses thing, but you know, you've got to take into account the fact we've been in a national lockdown and you haven't trained like you'd normally train, and you've only been doing dumbbell work and like and a bit of barbell work, but it's limited, right? You've got to keep all of that in mind.
It's a strange open, I would say.
Why?
Because both of them workouts are like kind of like a 0.1 workout.
Open your eyes.
Sweat.
Yeah.
They're not like when you do like the open, it'll be like you would have them one of them two workouts for 0.1, and then 0.2 would be more like a longer AMRAP. It was last year, 20-minute AMRAP, and then like 0.3 would be like a heavy barbell or something. Like this Open's going to be like no high skill and no heavy barbells until you get the quarterfinals, is it? Yeah, quarterfinals.
Where's your head at now then with it all? Like when you've got one left and you've had 2 shockers in your own
I'm
way.
looking at next year. I'm looking at next year.
Are you actually? You're not even going to push the next round?
I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off this year. It's like shit. I'm really hungry for next year.
How far are you off that top 10%? Like, is it a complete write-off?
Oh,
or have you got? Can you pull it back?
I'm in. It's
then why
really
are we
not hard to
complaining?
make top 10%. Because I expect better of myself. I don't do a sport to be top 10%. I do a sport to be number 1. Well, I'm going to have to pull my head out of my ass and actually try. Because if you're going off like these 2 workouts, as in like a test to see where you are against everybody else, or like 5 minutes behind people on a workout, which is embarrassing. For somebody that is a sanctional athlete, I'm like 2000th in the world or something.
Is that just
so
though because you pull your finger out when you're in a live environment, and right now you do not have the environment that gets the best out of you?
I'm not a type of person that I guess I like to be in front of the crowd, maybe. Because every sport I've done, I've always been in front of a crowd.
To play devil's advocate here, to be a really good athlete, surely you need to be able to pull those performances out anywhere.
I'm just terrible in qualifiers, you know.
How do you get better there then? How do you make that better for yourself?
I don't know.
Bring a crowd in.
Basically, go and do it with other people.
Yeah. That's all we've got time for this week, but thank you so much for getting involved. Hashtagging JST Competes Custom Leaderboard and asking us in all your Instagram, social media. Thanks to all the guys who took part in this week's In the Open Social Show, and to our principal partners, Blackbox and Fit Aid, for making it all possible. You can catch us next week, same time, same day, Wednesday. And if you can't wait until then, make sure you check out Jack and Steve's preview to 21.3, and that will be coming out on Friday. We'll see you then.